Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. This is Renee Tompkins, Director of Social Media for Lair Realty, here today with another social media masterclass for you. We'll be jam-packed with good content, so be prepared to take some photos with your phone or notes with your pen. All right, let's see. Whoop, let's get out of here. Hold on. Sorry about that. All right. Let's see. All right, here we go. So today's agenda will actually be pretty short. We're going to be going, but we'll be jam-packed. But the agenda is short. So we're going to be going over my top tips for 2023. These are tips that I shared that agents messaged me about, later called and sent emails thanking me, or let's talk more about this. So I'm going to share my top tips for 2023, as well as some of my favorite products that have really helped me out during this past year. And then the top mindsets for 2023 as well, too. So expectations for today's masterclass, as always, is to maintain a growth mindset, be open to making results-based changes in your business that will grow your business. Take notes and interact. If you have any questions, certainly send them over on the chat. And then challenge yourself to develop your own social media strategy. These things are important. So all of this information is great, but without any action on your end, it's just information. So and then something to think about. I found this quote and I loved it, so I thought I'd share it. In a world of algorithms, hashtags, and followers, know the true importance of the human connection. I think so many of us fall short on this with social media, which is why a lot of us don't get the results that we seek. So we don't really look at social media as a way to build our business, when in fact it is is nothing but opportunity on social media. So keep that quote in mind. And then, so let's get into the top tips for 2023. One of them was how to turn likes into clients. And a lot of this information sounds easy at first, but I see so many agents out there from all brokerages really across the country who don't do this stuff. So it really does come down to making a commitment to actually look at social media as a business building opportunity. And I think, like I said, so many of us don't do that. So here are some ways you can turn some likes, turn your likes into clients. One is by having a link tree, or any of the links companies that provide a similar service to Linktree. I always say Linktree because it's free and it's so easy to set up. Include a link tree as a way to share your content and make it easy for people to connect with you. If you'd like to set up a link tree and you need help with it, certainly reach out to me by Happy Agent, and I'm glad to help. Another way to turn your likes into clients, and this is really the top way, is to engage with your audience. I always say, picture your connections, your friends list, as people in a room. You're walking into a room full of people that you want to connect with, and they want to connect with you. They want to hear what you have to say. So by engaging with them, by saying hello, and like I said, literally picture yourself like you're walking into a room of people. Engage and correspond with them. And be encouraging. You don't want to be a Debbie Downer on social media. You don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. So definitely be encouraging. Promote yourself. Don't be shy about promoting yourself and your business. I think some people think that it's coming across too pushy. That's not it at all. You're simply, if you see yourself as providing value, if you shift into that mindset, then you will definitely see yourself as someone who's sharing value, right? So it's all in the self-image and how you see yourself. And then use CTAs. CTAs are call to actions. Always end each post, as well as your bio, with an invitation for people to reach out. And that can be done by sharing a link tree. Again, we want to make it so easy for people to connect with us. And I do oftentimes see agents on social media. I don't even know what brokerage they're affiliated with. I have to look through some of their content before I see the logo or what state they're even licensed in. So that stuff should be part of your bio. And then use polls as a way this is a great way to engage with people through your stories or reels as well. And then collaborate and support others. Givers gain, right? So you want to definitely be collaborative and supportive of other people, whether it's businesses or even someone who's selling Girl Scout cookies for their daughter. You want to always be coming from contribution. And then use events. So Facebook events, if you are even just hosting an open house, create that event, get people excited about it and want to connect with you through events as well. And then how to network with business owners online. This is, a great strategy to build a business because business owners have money, right? So they're obviously, in the community, and they have a lot of connections as well too. So business owners, there's a huge win to networking with business owners. You do this by adding them as a friend to your personal page. So connect with them on a personal level, but then also follow their page, not only from your personal page, but also from your professional page as well. I think this is key too, because you want to have that, you want to be liking their posts from your professional page too, as a reminder that you're following them on a professional level. And then like and comment on their content, give them a shout out on social, and then tag them in posts whenever appropriate. So for instance, it could be a restaurant owner just had a phenomenal experience at ABC restaurant. You can tag them in the post with pictures, and then offer to interview them. I'm seeing now more and more realtors interview businesses that have nothing to do with real estate, and I love it. Local businesses, it could be a spa, it could be a wellness center, it could be a restaurant, it could be, a daycare, anything. And most business owners would love this opportunity, right? You're basically offering them an audience to talk about their business. So it's really one of those mindsets, again, that I always say, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. So taking that bold step and asking, amazing opportunities to connect with people here. And then feature them on a small business Saturday post. You can do a video walkthrough of their business that's separate from the interview with them. And then share their business cards. Maybe we did this in the Tewksbury office. Donnie Kroll in our office had suggested that we set up a vendor board. So we put business cards all over this board in the conference room where people would come and still do occasionally to close, client consults, etc. So it was a great opportunity to get their cards in front of people as well too. So, and again, it always says, coming from contribution, how can we help you grow? Givers gain. And then here's more ideas on how to network with business owners on social media. I love this idea, is to host a vendor appreciation event. A lot of us do client appreciation events, and we should continue to do that. But I always say too, thank the people in your corner, your lender, maybe you call an appraiser quite often to get their opinion of value. Your closing attorneys, your title companies, your home inspectors. But again, include some of those vendors that are non-real estate related into this event, and watch your connections in the community grow. Host a vendor fair. We did this also in the Tewksbury office. This was Ann Chatfield and Sarah Lewis had done this a couple of years back. And it was wonderful, right? We invited past clients, sphere of influences, other local people to attend, to join in, and then co-sponsor drawings and events for each other. So this is a great way if you're trying to build your audience on social media. Perhaps you have one of your preferred vendors co-sponsor a $50 restaurant gift card. So not only do you have a co-sponsor that you can tag in the post, but now you have a local restaurant that you're supporting and you're growing your page, right? So huge opportunity here. Here's another idea that I love, is to host a watch party on any of their videos, right? So this, because your connections will get alerted that you are hosting the watch party of this video. So epic way to help business owners here. And then also I would say form a networking group on Facebook, and then take it obviously in person, meet for coffee. But there have been huge successes that I know firsthand of, that agents have experienced by getting business as a result of forming their own networking groups. You know, not the BNI, not the um, uh, what is it? The local chambers, right? Those are good. Those are great connection groups. But I'm saying that forming your own group puts you in a position where you can really create great relationships, and maybe make it a little smaller so it's more intimate. And then this was an idea that I had come up with a few months back, and I've been having really good success with it here. So I wanted to share it with you. And I talked about it in a past a masterclass, was posting a reverse review. And I'll talk about what that is later in today's class and the steps to follow. So another huge tip for the year was getting over the video jitters. I know so many agents out there, beautiful, wonderful, amazing agents, successful agents who don't do video on social media. And they're not really growing their business on social media. Of course, they're growing it in other ways, but think of the success, the amount of business that these agents would have if they got in front of the camera and time blocked for video content. Amazing. And remember, you know, if you're one of those agents that has the video jitters, remember that, you know, we always go into video or we don't do video because we either, for two reasons. We don't like, well, for three reasons. We don't like how we look on video. We don't like how we sound on video. And we claim we don't have the time to do videos. So first off, regarding how you look how you look. You wouldn't not meet somebody for a consult because you didn't like how you looked, correct? You wouldn't avoid going to a listing appointment because you just didn't like your hair or what. I mean, that to me is, I'll say it very politely, that's something you need to get over. And then how you sound. So it's interesting about the sound, because with the first time I did a video, I remember I was standing in front of a house in Drake, and I was like, oh my gosh, I sound horrible. But the more videos I did, I just didn't even give it any more thought, because what I realized was that's actually how people hear me. I don't sound any differently on video than how people hear me. See, we hear ourselves differently. But how you sound on video is actually how you sound to other people. So that whole thing about you're not liking how you sound on video is just a limiting belief, and it's really stopping you from achieving success on social media. So I would say, again, with all kindness and respect, that's something you need to get over. And then in terms of time, really, it's a matter of priorities, time blocking. I do mostly all of my videos on Saturday morning here. House is quiet. The weekend hasn't really, quote unquote, started yet. And I've already got 4 videos recorded. So again, it's about priorities and making the time to do it. And then I would say drop the labels and negative self-talk. That is, again, we're sabotaging our own success when we go down that road. So stop that. And then really commit to making it happen. And it means stepping outside of our comfort zone and trying something new. And I've got some tips for you on that. And here's an impactful quote that I always, and I've experienced this in my own life, is once you make a decision, the universe will conspire to make it happen, because every action you take now becomes in alignment with that decision. So you start to take the actions needed to succeed in that. It just comes down to making the decision to do it. So let's get into some tips to get over the video jitters. One is start off by recording yourself doing something you enjoy, not with the intention of sharing it. So it's just you in front of your laptop or your computer or your phone, whatever. But make sure you're doing something you like. You're at home, you're gardening, whatever it is, you're cooking. And then progress to recording yourself as you enjoy everyday activities. Because really, it's just you getting used to being on camera is what it is. And just understand you're going to sound differently. So drop the I don't like how I sound thing, because you already know you're going to sound differently as you're recording yourself. And then commit to not criticizing yourself. This is, again, part of the self-sabotage that really, if you want to succeed on social media, you got to ditch that behavior and mindset. Here's another tip. I would say pair up with someone who else who also is doing videos, so that there's a level of accountability and collaboration as well as support. Providing tips to them, maybe listening to them, being around people who are recording videos will get you in that vibe. And that will help you prepare to take the next step to actually do it. And here's another tip that makes it easier as you first start off on video is interview someone else. So most of the content, most of the obligation to do the talking is on them, right? So you're just doing the basic intro. You're asking a couple of questions, but keep asking them, can you elaborate on that? And tell them up front, these are the questions I'm going to ask you. So the interview goes smoothly. You end it with a call to action and you publish it. Done. So easy. Record a voiceover. Here, there's another way. So you could record a voiceover using stock content. So you're not actually on the camera, but your voice is doing the voiceover. Can I just say, though, I'm not a huge fan of that, because I think that's an escape. That's an easy out. So I would say that you could do that. That's an option, but really it's about taking the leap and stepping outside of your comfort zone. All right, let's get into getting followers. So I use this approach on my Facebook page. And this is where I'm on my personal Facebook page and I send people private messages, about 25 a day. I don't inundate the network because they don't like that. So I do about 25 a day, and I have a formatted standard message. Hi, so-and-so, it's Renee. How are you? Hope all is well. I was wondering if you could help me out by taking the time to follow me on social media. It would mean a lot. I'm working to grow a new page or a new business or my business, whatever. Here are some links to the account. So I send them a link to my Facebook professional page, my Instagram, and maybe my YouTube. And mostly I get, oh my gosh, of course, I would be glad to. Some people ignore it because they don't like clicking on links and they think it's, spam. But overall, I've been pretty successful with getting followers this way. So I would definitely recommend doing that instead of just the standard, click all of your friends to invite them to like your page. I don't know many people that get a ton of likes that way. You've got to do it in small batches. And even if you don't do the private message, if you just click, maybe I wouldn't do more than say 25 at a time. All right, let's go here. And then also, I do believe most people just like helping out. So they're gonna, if you ask privately and respectfully through Messenger, most people will be glad to support you. And then if you've already done this, if you feel like you've maxed out your friends and you just aren't getting any more followers for whatever reason, start building your friends list by adding additional friends of friends, past coworkers, classmates. I've added many friends of friends, and I've actually closed business with these friends of friends over the years because I've always built a relationship first. So here's the thing. Don't immediately add somebody on your friends list and then immediately send them an invite to follow your page. I just find that to be such a turnoff. It's really because it's about the connection and the relationship. Remember, it's a room full of people. You don't want to just say, hey, here's my business card. Call me when you need something, without establishing any type of value or credibility, right? So And don't ever be adding people on social media with the sole intent of getting business and likes. I mean, you really do want to connect with people and develop relationships. Real estate is a relationship business. So always keep that in mind. And some tips for engaging with your audience is be very purposeful with your time on social media. So I say time block for your time on social media, meaning, sometimes you're on there for fun. And then sometimes you're on there for business. And when you're on there for business building, you want to be very focused and intentful. So what I say is have your CRM open during this time. So if you're on your phone or you've got a laptop and, something else, make sure your CRM is available or you're at least taking really good notes. And what I mean by that, so why would you have your CRM open is if you see birthdays, anniversaries, other life events, somebody just passed, somebody celebrating a college graduation, even if somebody just got COVID, send them a card, thinking of you, I saw this on social, I hope you're well. And keep all the, your CRM, your database and your CRM is your gold, right? So all of your notes, all of your contacts in your CRM. But as we engage with people on social media, very few of us are including all that stuff in our CRM. So it's important to double duty it. And then you can even add a list of social media contact. Just a social media contacts. You don't know if they're buyers or sellers or just social media contacts. And you can set reminders to follow up. I think this is really part of true engagement with your audience, is incorporating your CRM. And then always remember the goal. If you are using social media to grow your business, you'll do this through your connections through your personal page. And then also incorporating a variety of content over on Instagram. But your friends, your personal connections on Facebook is really where you're making the connections. Yes, you'll just certainly get business through your professional pages, through by posting valuable content, using your hashtags, using your check-ins, using your events. All of those things can lead to business. But it's through the true connection, I believe, on social media that you're getting a bulk of your business. So a couple of things to keep in mind when doing that. Don't complain about your job. I know that some of us forget who our audience is. And we see that we're connected with a bunch of other realtors. So we think it's funny to post a sarcastic comment about buyers trekking us out in the snow, or a buyer seeing her 24th home, or a seller with unrealistic expectations. I would just encourage you, certainly post that stuff if you want to post that stuff. But I would say this, everybody on social media is a potential client. If you would not share that material at a consult with that client, you should not be sharing it on social media. Or learn to adjust your privacy settings so that perhaps you're sharing it to the realtor community only. But never complain about the job, and avoid sharing any sensitive or inappropriate content, such as political, religious stuff. I would say keep that off social. And then clean up any old photos that aren't in alignment with your professional image. Go back and look to see, again, maybe if you don't want to delete them, you can change the privacy settings on them. And then Google yourself, look to see what's out there, what you've got out there. Trust me, your potential clients are doing it. So you might as well do it yourself. And then update all of your sites to ensure your contact information is updated. I can't tell you how many Facebook pages I go on and see that agents, the old brokerage is still listed, or no brokerage. How do I get in touch with you? Not everybody wants to message people on social media. Perhaps they want an invitation to connect through a website or a link tree some other way. Here's the biggest tip in this part of the presentation that I'll share with you is consistency in brand and posting is key. 100%. So the biggest thing here is in posting. Do you know that the more frequently you post on social media, the more your page is rewarded by the algorithm, and you will start to come up as a suggested connection. So you will get followers just by consistently posting. The second most important thing you can do to get followers is engage. So consistency in posting is actually first. And as a layer agent, you receive every Monday dynamic social media pieces to your inbox with suggested captions, a call to action, as well as hashtags, customizable pieces if you choose to do so. So you've got the content. But what I would say is you want to start including video. If you're not including video as part of your social media strategy, I would definitely work to incorporate video, because as great as all that social media content is, and it is great, there's a ton of valuable content out there. It takes time, it takes the obligation and time off of you, so you don't have to think of what am I going to post today. So it's all great. But you do also want to start including video content so that people get to hear you and see you and connect with you on social media. That's where the real connection. So the valuable content's there, but now you've got to make that bridge happen for the emotional connection. Very important. So another thing we talked about in 2023, which was interesting, was remember what we're selling. You know, we always say, oh, I sell houses, I sell real estate. No, you don't. You absolutely do not. We do not sell real estate. We don't sell homes. We don't sell properties or services. We don't sell ourselves. What we sell is our expertise and the way we convey it, which is so important on social media. This is why you want to do that quality check of your content. Remember your audience. Every single person that you're connected with is a potential client, right? So you want to remember, yes, you can be funny. Yes, you should absolutely be authentic. But just as I say, nothing inappropriate should be out there on social media, and don't complain about the job. And yes, this is what I say here. Every social media post, correspondence, and video is a way to showcase the expertise. And remember, always ask yourself, before posting anything that might be borderline inappropriate, would I show this to a client at a consultation? Always ask that, and then that will give you the answer. All right, something to keep in mind. Let me just have a sip here. Always remember that people hire you because of your expertise, right? A seller is hiring you because of your market knowledge, your negotiation, your savvy negotiating power, your marketing, right? A buyer is hiring you for the same reasons, your market knowledge, your expertise in negotiating, understanding the process. So all of these things are things you want to remember as to who you are and what you bring to the table. Your content is the segue to great relationship building 100% on social media. Another tip was to avoid vanity metrics. A lot of us get into this on social media specifically. It's like rampant. Vanity metrics are seeing your connections as likes, followers, and subscribers. That's not the case. They are actually people, right? So we so need to remember that. There's a person behind every profile, every post, every comment, every like. And then practice journey gratification. This is embracing the process and not staying focused on the result. I think I see this a lot, especially on Instagram. I see profiles where, excuse me, agents they started on Instagram. They've been on Facebook since whenever, forever. And they have one or two posts and then they're off. Again, it's a different social media platform, but loaded with opportunities, as is Facebook, right? So any social media, whatever social media platforms you decide to go on, I would say give them a chance. And again, you're looking to connect with people. And if more people are on one social media platform versus another, and you're comfortable with A, but more people are over on B, you got to give B a chance, right? So just something to consider. Another thing we talked about was creating a video series. This is an excellent opportunity to build and maintain great relationships and help other people grow their businesses, help, or talk about their, maybe it's a volunteer organization or of some sorts, Givers Gain. And you learn a lot about people in the process, but here's another thing, you also become an instant problem solver and somewhat of an expert, even when you're not the one who's being interviewed, right? You're doing the interviewing, but because you provided that information, you're sort of seen as also a somewhat of the expert, even when you're not, they are. So it's very interesting. Another thing that's great about the interview series is it's free, right? So the only investment, if you've got some equipment, other than that, is your time. And then, but always, here's what I would say, if whenever possible, I know it's not always possible, and there's great conveniences happening with Zoom or any other connection software, but do the video in person if whenever possible, because again, this is about building a true connection, and then perhaps you can take them for coffee or tea or wine or whatever after. So I love this video series. Another thing that hugely important, because it's the first impression to a lot of pages, is the bio. And most people mistake that the bio should be about them, although yes, to some degree it should. So yes, but really it's about what can I do for you and who you also serve. Who is your audience? So again, common bio mistakes is believing that it's all about you, being too general. You can't be all things to all people. And well, let me explain that now. Like there are times when I will go on an agent's Instagram, say, and I won't even know what state they're licensed in or what brokerage they're affiliated with. All I know is they're in real estate. So, and there's no CTA, there's no call to action. I don't know how to get in touch with them other than messaging them on the platform. So these things are important in your bio. Take the time to craft an epic bio. I'm telling you, it is a first impression to anybody that visits your page, as well as the highlights on Instagram. If you don't have highlights on Instagram, you certainly should. It's a summary of the things that you want to bring to the forefront of anyone that visits your page, and the things that you perhaps specialize in, or what people should know about you. So definitely, I would say your bio and your highlights on Instagram are key. And then making it too long, again, make your bio skimmable on Instagram. We have no choice but to keep it short. And then last thing, and something, as I said earlier, making it hard for people to contact you. Nobody should be wondering how to reach out. So you should all have a website. And again, I do believe that most websites are not going to get you business unless you are subscribing to some epic lead capture website that's you're also advertising on Google and all this. But most websites, standalone websites, won't get you business, but they do definitely lend to professional credibility. So you want a website, and then you also want to do a further link tree or some bio link that you can also link your videos, link to your guides, all kinds of event links. It's endless what you can link through these things. So definitely consider that and get that done. So biggest social media mistakes that we came across in 2023 was your content, making it all about real estate. Again, people want to connect with the real you. And yes, you are a real estate professional. A bulk of your content should be about real estate, absolutely. But you do want to include personal pictures too of you going out to dinner, family vacation, life. as well. So, and then not incorporating video content, I can tell you 100% that you absolutely must make video a part of your social media strategy in 2024. It is a non-negotiable. I am saying that to you right now. If you are watching the social media masterclass and you are not planning to do video content, really just post the social media content that you're getting. Then, I mean, this series is for people who seriously want to use social media as a way to grow their business. And I'm telling you, video must be part of that strategy. And then also forgetting your audience, making it all about you. Forgetting that every person that is a connection on your social media is a potential client. So definitely remember and think twice about posting some of the content that I see out there because it's not client appropriate. And then no CTAs. You always want to include at the end of your videos, even if you're doing an open house walkthrough video, you're there to showcase the house. I'm here, great. And then at the end, just say, if you're a buyer that wants to come see this property, can't make it to the open house, or you're thinking of making a move, let's chat. I'd love to connect with you. Send me a message to connect or visit my website. Done. Great CTA. So every post, every video, everything should always include your CTAs. Because the more you say a CTA, the more call to actions you give, the more they just flow out. So when you're networking, you're doing a CTA. When it's just about repetition, really, and you start manifesting it. So start using CTAs. Inconsistent posting. This is posting 3 times a week, posting once a month. You got to be posting daily at minimum. Really, you really want to be posting 2 to 3 times a day. And one of those posts need to be videos. I would say a couple of videos a week, at least. And then forgetting to update your contact information. Again, this is the situation where you're looking at, a layer agent who still lists their old brokerage as part of where they're connected. Make the time to get that stuff updated. And then, not sharing your successes on social media. Get your closings, your under agreements, your everything that you're doing. So even if you're just, and I don't say just like it's nothing, it's huge, going on a listing appointment, check into the town. Just had a great appointment with a seller, looking forward to helping them. Just had a great buyer consult. Take a picture at the Starbucks or the office, wherever you are, check in. People need to see you as busy and successful. And again, by posting more of that, you can't help but manifest it. So get that stuff posted on social media. Don't look to just post the listings and the solds. Everything's a success, right? So the buyer consult, the seller consult, even the clear to close, the open house, the coming soons, everything. But that's your real estate content. Remember, you still have personal content and video content to get up there. And then a huge mistake is not being intentional with your time on social media. And I get it. It's easy to go down a rabbit hole of, oh, look at that, the shiny object. We all see the ads on social media, and before we know it, we're no longer being intentional. And here's what I would say to that is be very mindful when that happens. Know that you're off track. And then again, put the phone down or whatever it is that you're working on or that has distracted you, and get back on track. So just get back on track with it. Don't impose self-limiting labels on yourself. Just say, I'm no good at this, whatever. Just stop and get back on track. And then thinking you're being too pushy to ask for the business. This is definitely not a good behavior for any salesperson. So we want to be very confident without being cocky. So again, using more CTAs, even if it means just in your standard posts before you get into your your video content, even in your bio. CTA should be everywhere, because the more you use them, the more you start to be comfortable asking for the business. So CTAs are very important. And then treating social media more like a TV than a telephone. This is something I think we're all guilty of at some point, but always remember the person behind the profile is actually there. They're a living, breathing being, and they deserve, you're connected with them because at some point you chose to be connected with them and they chose to be connected with you. So, all right, let's get into the reverse review. This is something I came up with because I felt that as agents, we will occasionally, hopefully always, share when we have a success story. We get a Zillow review, a Google review, a Lair, or whatever brokerage you're with. You get a review, then testimonial tree, whatever. We share that. It's good news. But I thought, again, back to Giver's Gain, we could write reviews of other businesses on social media and share it. But what I did was I sort of tweaked it and took it a little further than just sharing a review. So first, what I did was I wrote a 5-star review of local business on Google using my work email, my Lair email. And then at the end of the review, so you're giving them 5-star rating, you're typing your paragraph about how awesome they are. At the end of the review, you're going to note your social media handle. There's a strategy with that. And then you're going to copy and paste the review into a Canva template. I can share my template with you in the comments after the class today. And so, and then obviously you got the template. Now you're going to share it on social media. You're going to caption it with just had the best experience, whatever, and post your piece. You're also going to tag them in the post and check into the post, the business rather. And then you're going to also share this piece in your stories using the location in your stories of their business. And then you've created a highlight. I call mine favorite businesses, or businesses I love, I think it's called. And then I share them all there too. I keep them stored there. And then we got to take it even a step further. You want to start incorporating these businesses in your Popeye list, right? So add them to your holiday mailing list, your pie lists, whatever, you're co-hosting an event, you're doing a vendor appreciation event. Let them, even if they're not a vendor of yours, invite them to meet some of the local community. Trust me, business owners love this stuff. And then if you can display their business cards, interview them, again, treat them like they're now sort of part of your sphere, right? And then say to them, I'll add you to my welcome to the town flyer for people that are moving into the area. Add them to your newsletter and CRM. So now they're getting your drip campaigns. Maybe you create a special one for local business owners. And then do gift card drawings with them as well. So epic opportunities to connect and build relationships with local businesses. It really is amazing. And then think of it this way too. And this is one of my very, very, very favorite quotes, is every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Every action, right? This drives me in so many ways in my life. I'm obsessed with this book and everything about this quote. I love it. All right, wrapping up. We might wrap up a bit early today. I want to talk to you about some of my favorite things of 2023. These are products that I love using and some of them I haven't actually used yet, but I've watched other people use and I'm obsessed with them. So my plan is to definitely purchase them. So I want to share them with you. Technology. First up is Canva. I live in Canva. I couldn't live without Canva. I'm sure I'd find a way, but I love Canva. This is Lair's preferred design platform and the software that I use to customize all of your Lair marketing pieces each week. And then Giphy, love Giphy. It's a fun place to find gifts and stickers. Lair, visit the Lair Giphy channel. Just go on to Lair and then at Lair Realty. Search for them, they'll come right up. Another fun technology that I really enjoy watching, I've not used this yet, but I really enjoy watching it on social, is Captions AI. This is captions and stickers. And I think some people get a little carried away with it because it can it can also be a bit much to watch. It can be distracting, let's just say that. But if you use it correctly, I think, and I use the word correctly in my own opinion. So it's a matter of opinion, but it's fun. Let's just say that it's certainly fun to watch. And then Descript is an AI powered video editor. CapCut is an easy way to edit videos, and they've got a ton of special effects as well. Obviously, we love Chat GPT. And then Be Live makes if you're live streaming on multiple platforms, you can use Be Live, as well as they make it like they have backgrounds, they've got animated tagline things that you can add. So Be Live is fun. And then Zoom, obviously I use Zoom quite frequently for meetings. It does make it great for split screen interviews, although like I said in the previous screen, I will always say this: definitely interview in person whenever possible, because again, it's really about the true connection and you want to maintain that. And then Sendable, I use Sendable to schedule all of the Lair content. So Sendable makes everything very convenient and easy. But here's what I will say: if you are using a scheduler for your content, be very mindful again that social media does require engagement. So your scheduler makes it convenient to schedule. You won't have to worry about, oh, I've got to do this, I got to remember to schedule it. It's done, but it doesn't engage for you. And these are the things that make it, you've got to engage on social media. If you want to succeed on social media, you've got to consistently post and engage. Those things are so crucial. Some tools that I really enjoy using is you know what? I didn't update this, forgive me, but I got a wonderful, it's called Movo. It's actually a Movo tripod. And that's the photo of it. I love it because it's got a swivel. So it can go full length, it can go tabletop, it can even be a selfie stick, but it's also got a swivel, which is pretty cool. And so that's actually a Movo. I will put the correct link in the comments. And then the Saramonic Blink 500 Pro. So I did a video and the sound was great on the using this. Highly recommend this if you are especially someone who does an interview, because you can buy one that just has the one mic. But if you are an interviewer, definitely get the one with the two mics. What you do want to watch for is the type of phone that you have, because I actually made this mistake and got the one with the lightning. And I don't have a lightning anymore now that I got my new phone. So I have to exchange it for the right one. So make sure you read the requirements. And then oh, this other the Matropop 3-in-1 cell phone, watch, and earbuds charger. I'm obsessed with this. I have it. It really does charge all three, and it's wonderful. So I charge everything at night, and it's convenient. It's awesome. And then the Yeti Nano Blue microphone is good, like if you are doing a podcast, really for podcasts, I would say, or you could, standalone videos. But I really like the convenience of the Saramonic because they clip to you. You can walk, you can, where the Yeti is sort of like a more bulkier microphone. And then I have this H2U Procar cell phone holder. It sticks in my air vent, it swivels. It's very sturdy for the most part, and I love it. It makes it easy to take a photo, take a selfie, record a video in the car. answer, because the phones got bigger, so my phone doesn't fit in where it used to fit in my car anymore. So I had to get one of these holders to keep the phone somewhat handy while I'm driving. So definitely recommend these products. You'll love them. And I'll put the links in the comments. And then some self-improvement books that I absolutely love. And I've said this before, Atomic Habits is up there way on the list. Scarcity Mindset by Michael Easter is wonderful. Mindset by Carol Dweck. The Gift by Edith Eger. Exactly What to Say by Philip Jones. And they actually even have a real estate edition. So check that out. Again, Braving the Wilderness by Brene Brown, The Alchemist. Oh my gosh, what a story. I don't know why I put off reading that book for so long. I don't know. But I love it. And the next two books are written by women who stopped drinking. And I don't know if you're aware of this, but back in 2021, I stopped drinking. And I read these two books just to sort of, I guess, compare journeys or see what other women were offering. And they were wonderful books. So if you have any interest or know of anybody who wants to stop drinking, recommend these books wholeheartedly. And lastly, I've got some just everyday products, one of which is my favorite, my Corksicle mugs. I know there's an obsession right now with another, I don't even know what it's called, some kind of travel mug. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, I know a lot of people are obsessed with it, but I love my Corksicles. It keeps my beverages warm. They come in a ton of different patterns and shapes, and they're wonderful. I'll highly recommend. And these are my easy peasy readers. I would go through readers constantly. They were always breaking. And finally, I got tired of them. So I was wearing the more popular brand that you see in a lot of gift shops, and sometimes you see them at Whole Foods or whatever, but I got tired of them breaking. So I found these in Barnes and Noble, and then I looked them up online, and I've been obsessed with them ever since. I've been wearing Easy Peasies for about 3 years now, I want to say. And they're wonderful. They don't break. I mean, I'm sure they could break, but they haven't broken on me, and I do love them. So, and one thing I always include in my workspace is my aromatherapy. Huge fan of aromatherapy, and the brand I do love is Winmere. They're very reasonably priced and great products. And then lastly is the High Achievers Annual Playbook. You can get that online. It is a bulky organizer, but it is something that forces you to stay on track. I also do use a digital calendar as well, but I would highly recommend that for the planners of you that want a good planner. So I do have some chats. Let me see here. Oh, these are the links. Thank you, Sergio. Perfect. I love it. And then my top mindsets for 2023. And this is something that I will say until my face is blue, is lean in and level up. If you want to level up, you've got to lean into yourself. You've got to be willing to step outside of your comfort zone. If you're feeling fear, you're feeling anxiety, whatever you're feeling, you got to lean into that. You can't just shove it under the rug. Before you're able to rise to any occasion, you've got to really sit with it. The Buddha teaches us to invite all of our feelings to tea, which I love. I'm a tea drinker. So, and then excuses don't get results, or you could even say you cannot deposit excuses. So they're nothing, right? And then focus on the process, not the results. I think that is so important. So many of us are so focused on the results. We're not getting the perceived desired outcome by a specific time, so we give up. Think about all the things we may have given up on in our lives, and where we would be today if we didn't. So just something to consider. Tom Ferry says success isn't just about reaching your goal. It's also about the person you become along the way. Hallelujah, 100% yes to that. And then Tony Robbins says everything happens at the moment of decision. Yes, 100% to that as well, because the minute you decide on something, as I said earlier, your actions will align with that, and you will have no choice but to succeed, whatever that is, whatever the decision you've made. And then get comfortable with being uncomfortable. All growth happens when we push ourselves. I've actually become obsessed with this. I've become obsessed with in my life with that feeling that you get when you're uncertain. You're not sure how things are going to play out. I've learned to embrace that. And what I have found by doing that is I actually become more confident in that mode, in that uncertainty. I've become okay. I've become confident and I'm okay with it. And as a result, I thrive in uncertainty now. And then done is better than perfect. Stacy says this, Katie Lance says this, I say this, it's 100% true. Just get it done. If especially with video, if we are sitting there criticizing ourselves and, oh, I don't like how I sound, I'm not going to put this out. You just took, say, 20 minutes to create, 10 minutes, whatever it was, to create a video, and you don't like how you sound. You've done it, but you didn't share it. Stop doing that. Done is better than perfect. And lastly, and most importantly, top mindsets, this will always be something that I say and believe, is you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. So always, always, always remember that. What energy am I bringing into my life? I don't know. Let's look within. Lean in, and you'll get that answer. All right. So if you would like to follow me on social media for inspiration and to provide inspiration, I would love it. You can connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, and Pinterest by looking up at The Real Renee Tompkins. Love to connect with you, and I will follow you back if you connect with me. And I want to thank you for taking the time to join us for today's social media masterclass. Watch for the next masterclass actually taking place in February. I know this is January. And then never miss an opportunity to learn and grow. So sync your calendar with the Layer Realty calendar by going to layerrealty.com/training, and then you can sync your calendar so that you're aware of all of the training opportunities. So thank you again for joining us. I appreciate it. And a replay of the class is going to be posted on the Layer YouTube channel. Thanks again. Have a great day.